Yo, what is cracking, everybody? You already know what it is. Go on, recline your seats back, kick your feet up, because it's geek time, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast. This is the part of the Geekish Network where we give you the daily rundown for geek news from geeks that look like me, geeks that look like you, and geeks that look like my man Chuck. Yo, tell the people what's cracking, baby.
Not much. A hot headline coming up first. I'm saying of the greatest movie franchise of all time.
Yo, hold that thought, because you know we about to chop it up.
Oh yeah, because you like disrespecting it.
I mean, listen, we're gonna talk about it first. If you knew the show,
the disrespect too.
Listen, if you're new to the show, then you know that me and him gonna go back and forth on some topics. No, but for real, if you are new to the show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions with you. Now, listen, as you can see, we are highly melanated, so you're going to probably get a slightly different perspective regarding some of the stuff that's been scrolling up and down your social media feed. I am your host, Sintel. Yo, let's get started. So look, man. You already saw. I know you already ahead of the game. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just say the headline, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you take control of the wheel. The headline is Fast 10 director, as in Fast and the Furious. Fast X director Justin Lin has decided to say no mas. He's stepping down.
Okay. First of all, we're not gonna call it Fast 10. We're gonna call it Fast X, like Malcolm X, because it's that powerful.
No, you are not gonna do that.
We're gonna call it Fast X.
No,
Fast X. Call it Fast X.
No, call it Fast 10.
No,
call
Fast
it
X. No, you don't see a 10 there. There's numbers behind all of them, and this says Fast what? Fast X. There's numbers behind all of them.
No. You know why? No, because we've already seen what Vin Diesel does with multiple X's in names. Y'all remember Triple X?
You're right.
Remember Triple X? Not only did it almost bury his career, it almost buried Ice Cube's career too. So listen, slow down on the X.
We can call it Fast 10. Justin Lin, one of the world's greatest film directors, who has directed a number of the most diverse film franchises in history.
Yes.
Let's get behind his roster of hits. Mm-hmm. The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, Fast and the Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, and F9. And he was tapped for Fast X, aka Fast 10, and Fast and Furious 11. I'm just saying. And he did a Star Trek movie, turned into an action film. He turned Star Trek into an action film.
Yeah, man. I mean, the dude is dope, man, and that's just his writing. I mean, that's just his directing credits. Like he's a producer on a high level too, especially TV series. He's a producer on SWAT, Magnum PI, The Endgame. The new Space Jam that just dropped out. He was a producer on that. Warrior. He was an executive producer on that. A beloved show that Binge-Worthy did a review of. Absolutely loved it. So like this dude is like the total package. I think the only thing that his star power may not be as high is his writing credits, but he still got some bangers on there, man. He still did the Fast Saga, and like a couple more. And his legendary breakout role was Better Luck Tomorrow, which I think it also helped. I think that project also helped MTV launch their movie production studio. I think it was one of the founding blocks of that. So this dude is legendary. And besides all just the credits that you're talking about, he's legendary for the simple fact that he literally threw an entire franchise on its back and pulled it from it being a strictly B-level-ish type of franchise. Because it was kind of heading downhill a little bit.
Yep.
Justin Lin picked up the reins.
His debut film was fire.
Killed it. Yeah.
Better Luck Tomorrow was fire.
Yeah. So why would you? I know everybody's looking like, why would Justin Lin step down? Now we haven't even gone into the full. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna be transparent for a moment. We haven't really dug into the details of outside of the headline. But before I do a quick scan, what do you think? Give me your top 2 reasons as to why Justin Lin may want to leave the franchise. And let's see.
It's not about family.
All right, that's one. Let me add one. I think it's probably got something to do with Vin Diesel. Let me see.
He's staying on as a producer, though. He's staying on as a producer.
Well, I mean, he ain't finna just let the money go. I can feel that.
Yeah. He tells him, he's like, look, they started filming. He's like, I'm done. He got Aquaman and Miss Marvel in this movie. He pulled in the whole franchise. He pulled in 2 franchises. He got Justin Momoa and Brie Larson.
See, that's what I'm saying. And like, why?
And he got family.
I'm not rocking with you no more, dog. I'm almost about to put you on mute. Hey, listen, big huge shout out to the chat. One of the beautiful things that we love about the show is that you have access to us one-on-one, man. All you got to do is just hop in the chat, say what's up,
live.
And we will absolutely address some of your geekish needs.
Like we treat you like family. I'm done.
No. Don't stop. I'm done. Big shout out to the Funkies in the chat. He came in and said, Star Trek Beyond was diverse too. Yes, it was. Annapolis had an Asian guy reporting it at the Naval Academy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, Better Luck Tomorrow was one of, if not the first MTV film. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And let me tell you, first off, like Defunct's Geek Street cred is like, so if he says that's what it is, that's what it is. WTF did Van Universal do? Lynn resurrected Final Fast and Furious franchise and built it into the behemoth it is now. What the hell happened in week 1? See, plenty of departed creators leave the whole bag. Yeah, I mean, if it's just that foul and that much of a stench, you just don't want to have any of your name or whatever it is that you want attached to it, then yeah, I mean, you could, but if you're a producer and if you've ever, seen the work that producers do, especially if you're hands-on, you don't want to just leave all that hard work on the table unless somebody else, snatch up your goodies. So I ain't mad at them for staying on as a producer. So according to the article, it says, although filming on Fast 10 already started, Lynn will step down from the director's seat over creative differences while still remaining a producer on the film. Like, that's saying something. This dude was like, during shooting, week 1, and was like,
nah,
y'all got it. Wow. So in a statement, Lynn says, with the support of Universal, I've made the difficult decision to step back as director of Fast 10 while remaining with the project as a producer. While Lynn didn't elaborate on his decision to step down, he thanked the actors and stunt team and added on a personal note, as the child of Asian immigrants, I am proud of helping to build the most diverse franchise in movie history.
That's right.
I want to read that one more time because it's very important that you hear this. He said, I am proud of helping to build the most diverse franchise in movie history. That's a big deal.
What you're doing about family.
That's a big deal. Outside of you being a jerk. And listen, I certainly have my issues with the Fast Furious, but I recognize it is what it is, and it stays in its lane, and it makes money, and it never disappoints. So that's just a fact of the
yes.
And it prints money. It prints
the absurdity of it all.
Yes.
That's what makes it great. It's absurd. It stays in its lane of being absurd, and I love every moment of it. It's like an 80s action film with Hulk Hogan in it.
Yeah.
It has that feel. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme in 93. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting.
I mean, like he's locked it down for well over a decade, right?
Yeah.
Like since well over a decade.
Yes. The one thing that didn't happen to him that should have happened, I'm gonna blame J.J. Abrams for this, is he didn't do a Star Wars movie and save that franchise.
It would have been good. It would have definitely been.
One thing he would have done?
A lot more colorful and with more purpose.
One thing would have happened in that franchise. He would have had Leia, Luke, and Han Solo all in one room together talking to each other. That didn't even happen in the new franchise. You didn't have Leia, Luke, and Han Solo in one room. You didn't even have them in one room.
Yo, the pillars of the Star Wars franchise all together.
J.J. Abrams did not, him or Ryan Johnson put them all in one room. Well, he couldn't put him Ryan Johnson couldn't put him in. But J.J. Abrams, he could have put them all in one room.
Dog, man, he made Han die alone, dog. He couldn't even die. he couldn't even give his last words to Chewie. Like, it's like, damn, that's
Chewie, his wife, who he had the killer baby with.
Yeah, man. For real, dog. He over there. He yeah. It done like Tupac. What Tupac said hit me up. He said, "Die in the dark."
Han Solo didn't have a proper burial, right?
No, at all.
Yeah. It's disrespectful to Star Wars fans everywhere.
So listen, let's talk real quick about Justin Lin again, real quick. Though his first project, as far as the Fast and Furious franchise goes, was Tokyo Drift. That was 2006, man. 2006. Oh, wow. That's what, 16 years ago?
Yep.
16 years of holding down a franchise. That's amazing.
Tokyo Drift can be driving right now.
I like Tokyo Drift, man. I loved it, man. I was a super
Guy Gene. You call me Guy Gene.
I wanted to hate because I wanted Singleton's version to be good, and it was just And then just as Lin came and took the thunder, so I hated on him at first. I was like, how dare you steer Singleton's thunder? But then Lin just kept dropping bangers, and he made me love it. He's like, nah.
Because it was absurd. Like, he took the drift and was like, how absurd can I make this? I'm going to put a rice rocket in the middle of the streets in Tokyo. We're going to do a donut around it. You're going to grab the girl's phone number. After you do a donut around her car.
It was so dope. It was dope. And what gets me is all of that was practical. Like, I think they said like 90% of those effects was like all practical effects, including that scene where they drift and the back tail is fishtailing, and it like misses like the concrete block by like that much. It's like, yo, these stunt drivers are absolutely insane. Like he definitely like helped launch drifting into the mainstream even more so. So, all right, I know we've been going on and on.
Okay.
About Justin Lin. Golly, man, that just sucks, man. You can't really fill those shoes. All right. Next, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse teasers over 200 new characters, and is also presenting never before seen footage. Before I even jump into there, apparently there's been like a leak, right? Like the first 15 minutes have been leaked out.
I won't watch it. I won't even read the news about it.
I haven't either. I just heard about the leak.
Like, I passed, but we can discuss it. We can discuss it because this is the greatest cinematic Spider-Man franchise ever created.
No. It's the greatest It's the greatest superhero movie of all time.
That movie is amazing. It's like every time I watch it, I get giddy. I get giddy. Like, this is such a complete movie. Lord and Miller killed it. Bill Lord and Christopher Miller killed it.
Yes, absolutely. It was flawless. And I know, and I see y'all over there scrunching your face. Well, what about Endgame? What about Endgame? I love Endgame. Endgame is amazing. But it ain't into the Spider-Verse, fam. It's not. It was flawless, bro. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get off my soapbox before somebody hits me over the head. So Lord and Miller announced the next installment, previously denoted as Part 2, will be titled Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. But before they're unveiling the never-before-seen footage of Across the Spider-Verse, which continues the story of Miles Morales, voiced by Shamik Moore, who kills it, man. What was the name of that joint? It talked about the early beginnings of hip hop, the Get Down.
The Get Down.
Oh,
he killed it in that.
Oh my God, if you haven't seen the Get Down, what are you doing? It's probably one of Netflix's biggest mistakes to not continue that franchise. They did 2 seasons, but they should have done more. Anyways, Shamik Moore, they should have finished it. Shamik Moore was one of the leads in the Get Down. Lord and Miller teased some details about the sequel, which takes place in 6 universes. So the original only transpired in immediately 1 universe. They're also upping the body count. The first movie had 40 characters. The sequel has 240. I mean, okay, so Spider-Man has been notorious for having too many people on the screen at the same time.
Too many enemies too.
Yeah, too much going on. Spider-Man 3, it was too much going on. For some people that don't think not Homecoming, but Far From Home. No, golly, what was the last one? One of them homes. The last one.
Yeah. Not Homecoming, not Far From Home. What is the last one?
No Way Home. I don't know.
No Way Home.
You know what I'm talking about? The last one.
No Way Home.
So many homes. Some people Some people think it's arguably one of the greatest Spider-Man projects of all time. Some people feel there's too many things happening on screen with too many characters. Spider-Man films have that history. Are we kind of like maybe possibly being in dangerous waters with 240
No, I think he's gonna
characters?
cross multiverses. He follows Gwen because he's chasing Gwen. He follows Gwen through the multiverse and he runs into different villains on the way, trying to get back to his verse.
Yeah, and of course, Gwen's voice is Haley Steinfeld, so she's still killing it. Still, she booked that. She was killing it in Arcane. She was killing it in Hawkeye, right? Hawkeye, yeah. So another banger, and then there's somebody else. Oscar Isaacs is in it too, if I remember right.
He's Spider-Man 2099. Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah. So there's that. I don't want to read too much because I'm really trying my best to not have spoilers. But so just to let you know, they're
they got Jessica Drew in this, and she's voiced by Issa Rae.
Hold on, what? Really?
Spider-Woman. Jessica Drew. So this is gonna be a very interesting movie.
Oh, that's gonna have some attitude to it, and a bit of fun quirkiness. And a bit of fun quirkiness with that voice. Okay, I'm with that. Let me see. Shout out to chat. Defunct said, I'm pleased to hear we're actually getting Mom Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, in the movie.
Yeah.
Right? I like it. I like Issa Rae's voice.
I wonder if we're gonna get Silk. I wonder if we're gonna get all these other versions of Spider people.
Well, I heard the Indian rendition of Spider-Man is supposed to be there.
Yeah, he came in.
We have Spider-Man
in the first trailer.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2088 or 2200. I forgot that one. There's they've already hinted to a live action version of the Spider Madam Web. So don't be surprised if you don't see some instances of her.
I wonder they're gonna have Anansi. I wonder they're gonna bring Anansi in there.
Let's see.
Yeah, the Black Spider-Man from Africa by Orlando.
Well, I know the god Anansi. I just don't know it in the Marvel universe. Yeah, there is a Spider version of Anansi.
There's an Anansi.
That's interesting. Okay, well, I'm here for it. Yeah, that works for me. Hey, little private fact that I'm going to share. I switched Google's voice, the default Google voice for my for all my Google products to Issa Rae's voice. So I hear Issa Rae's voice all the time. It's just fun. She's just kind of lighthearted and makes it a lot of fun. All right, sharing too much. Hey, so my neighbor Totoro, Britain's Royal Shakespearean comedy, joins forces with composer Joe Hisaishi to create family stage show based on Hayao Miyazaki films, but don't call it a musical. I jacked all of that up for the headlines. Let's go ahead and jump right into the synopsis. So that famed Japanese composer Joe Hisaishi has partnered with the UK's Royal Shakespearean Company to create a stage version of Japanese animation legend Hayao Miyazaki's 1988 hand-drawn classic, My Neighbor Totoro. The beloved film that follows the adventures of two young sisters who moved from Tokyo City to the countryside. Now, listen, I know he is a legendary animator, just storyteller, just period. I have not seen My Neighbor Totoro. I haven't
seen My Neighbor Totoro.
I haven't. I've seen a whole bunch of his projects.
You see My Neighbor Totoro.
I have not seen that one, and it's on HBO Max. I think they got his whole catalog.
They got the whole catalog there.
They have his whole catalog on HBO Max. In case you're not familiar with this visionary storyteller animator, he has set the standard and tone for a lot of modern day animation, and some of his stuff still can't be jacked with even by today's modern techniques.
Oh yeah,
he's dope.
He does all the frames in the world. He touches like 80,000 frames of his own films. So here's his animators and everybody working on it. He comes in and touches it up even more.
Yeah, the dude is dope. And he flexes. His animation is the flex, especially like with rain scenes. He does brilliant things with wind. Like it's just, and then you never know what his characters are going to do.
The stories tell themselves.
Yeah, they're
like, how'd you do Spirit Away? He said, it just told itself.
Yeah. His storytelling is so unique.
That's how the story's supposed to end.
So I'm here for that. I would watch that. I've probably maybe only seen like maybe a quarter of his catalog, maybe a quarter. I need to hop on it. Actually, my son has seen more of his catalog than I have. He's a super fan of so where's this? Yeah, he's a super fan of music. Like I'll go on my HBO Go, and all of it says already watched. It's all him.
Oh, really? Your son he went in.
He crushes it.
I mean,
I think it might be his favorite animator.
Styled animator who doesn't do an anime style. He goes in full animation, like everything, like Howl's Moving Castle, The Wind Rises, Ponyo, and all the stories tell themselves. He just starts it and just let it tell itself. And where it ends is where it ends. Look how it's over.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you're not familiar with this style of storytelling, I implore you, go check it out because it's different. It's different and it's refreshing. And his characters are just so odd but it's a good odd. I'm not saying that as a slight. They're just really different.
So something that he was known of that people don't realize. He did a Lupin the Third film. He did the first Lupin the Third film. He directed it, and it's the Castle of Cagliostro. Man, you can watch that today, and that animation is mind blowing.
Still holds.
They have a car chase scene. It is like wow. People don't even do that level of animation anymore. And this is anime style, so he cheats the frames and everything, but it's like. Wow, that's next level. It's literally next level. He takes a 2D frame and make it look 3D. It's like wow. But he did a Lupin the Third cartoon, the first one, and that was his directorial breakthrough. People were like, "Who is this guy?" Right, 1979.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's got to be like in his 80s now, right?
Oh yeah, he's old. Yeah,
man. Like he's still with us. And if I remember right, didn't we do an article not too long ago regarding the possibility of them creating a theme park based on some of his projects? I thought
he's 81 years old.
Yeah. So hey, give that man his flowers now. Huge shout out to the Funk. He said, arguably the only thing better than anime is puppets. So I'm down with this adaptation. And Ghibli begot Gainax begot Trigger and Kara. Lineage is so strong. Okay.
Yeah. Gainax was dope. Trigger and Kara came up and just you know how I feel about Trigger. They do no wrong for me.
Yeah, so there you go. Like that's a firm foundation that a lot of these other art houses are standing on top of. Let me see what's going on. It says McDermott's production will use a vocabulary of puppetry to be created by the acclaimed puppeteer Basil Twist and visuals. You see images and hear a voice singing rather than a character burst in the song, which wouldn't be right, he added. Probably messed up the context on that statement. So Morton Smith traveled to Japan for a meeting with Miyazaki. The filmmaker asked him if he was a feminist. I said yes, and that was very important to him, and that the girls are central. All of his films are fantastical and magical, and there's so much in them that chime with childhood. It's all about exploring the natural world and running around and having this really involved fantasy life. Yeah, I could have told you he was probably a feminist just by looking at some of his projects because his female characters are very interesting, tons of fun, strong in their own way, vulnerables in ways that is comfortably uncomfortable, if that's a way of kind of like explaining it. He's certainly not scared to put a female character in the spotlight of his projects. And it's done in a way where it doesn't seem like it doesn't feel forced. He's just doing it because that's what's supposed to happen, and it's perfectly fit for the story. So yeah, I certainly believe that.
You mean he doesn't have all the female characters of superpower line up like a football team and say, "Let's go do it"?
Yeah. It's not.
Hands the ball off to another man, and then he snaps his fingers and bring the world back to normal.
Yeah, that part exactly. What that guy just said. Yeah, his characters are just dope because they're just dope.
They're just dope.
And they are a part of that world because damn it, that's what they are. It's just what it is. It's just what it is.
Like Princess Mononoke. Mononoke Hime. She was just badass. She was badass. I was like, she's dope. She's out there and sucked the blood out her wolf and spit it and looked at the dude like, I'll fuck you up. Outside her whoop and rides out.
It keeps going. And then on the flip side of that, like she'll have a character oh my gosh, what's the one with the little witch that had the delivery service? I can't think of her name. Oh my God,
I just brain farted too.
Yeah, but
yeah,
they'll have her, which is like the polar opposite.
Delivery service. The delivery service.
Kiki's
delivery service. Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
Delivery service.
You know, and then he'll have a project like that with a female lead, a young girl who's just a young witch, and you have fun with her. You see her when she falls. You see her when she loses faith in her being a witch, and you see her when she gets redemption. It's another really good story. I mean, we've been really going on and on some of these headlines. They've just been fleshing out really well. We still got a little bit of time, right? We got enough time to.
Let's do one more.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and pick this one, man. Go ahead. Let's see what's going on.
Oh man, this is gonna be an easy one. Hold on. Let me pick one. Let me go back up. I want to get them in order because these are all. The Funk killed it today. He really did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, you dropped some bangers in here, man.
PlayStation has created a game preservation team. That's really big news. That's huge news. So the division will focus on preserving PlayStation IP to ensure our industry history isn't forgotten. So they took a page out of Microsoft's book. Microsoft was like, we're supposed to preserve all this stuff. All this stuff will be playable. I guess that makes sense because now if you pay $19.99, you can play PlayStation 1 games on your PlayStation 5. I don't think I ever played any PlayStation 1 games on my PlayStation 5. The Funk, tell me a game that I should play on my PlayStation 5 from PlayStation 1 era. The Funk knows. He got a game for me. The Funk got a game. Give me a game, The Funk. Give me one game from PlayStation 1.
Samurai Showdown. No.
Don't say Siphon Filter. Don't say
Siphon Filter is dope. Don't you dare disrespect Siphon Filter.
I think it is dope, but I don't want to play the PlayStation 1 version on my PlayStation 5.
Why haven't they remade Siphon Filter? Man, you just opened up a whole jar right now. Why haven't they redone Siphon Filter?
I don't know.
Golly. All right, so when we're talking about this preservation, we're talking about preservation as far as just having access on any console from here on out.
Probably so. That's what Microsoft said. Going forward, all the games they preserve will be going forward for all game consoles. Everything going forward.
Good. You would think that there shouldn't be like a special thing for that to happen. You would think that it should just be, right? Like, I don't think PC games have that problem. Like, you have a PC now, you can probably play any game made in PC, period, right?
Yep.
So,
I would game that I want to play. I'm still trying to think of a PS1 game that I want to play. I can't name one.
Tekken?
No, I'll play Tekken 7.
I can't believe you don't want to play
Tag.
You don't want to play Siphon Filter. What's wrong with you, dog?
I'm trying to think of a PlayStation 1. Man, it's tough. Maybe Mega Man? Siphon Filter? No. Maybe Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain. Maybe. That was a dope game too.
Legacy of Kain.
I wouldn't play Silent Hill. Driver. I would be willing to play Driver.
Oh, I think I'd want to play Silent Hill. I know we're over here getting off the
but
the original Tomb Raider, the original Final Fantasy VII.
Hopefully.
Oh man, the original Metal Gear. You can't forget that. I know we're kind of going off on a tangent. Yeah, the original Metal Gear. Absolutely. Hey, that's actually one of the, so I got an Oculus, right? And they changed the home screen in your virtual home. And one of the places that you could turn your virtual living room into is the first level of the original Metal Gear. It looks dope.
Okay, that's dope.
They have random boxes in there that you can hide into, which is like,
that's dope. That's dope.
That's kind of random. Big shout out to the Funk again. Hey, like I said, if you are happy to join us and happen to be catching this on Restream, please join us live so that you can have access like the Funk right here is having access to it. He said the things to play are any of those wacky Japanese games that we no longer get since Sony all about prestige storytelling since the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, like all of those, the other 40 Dragon Ball titles that never got released to the States.
Oh, man.
There's at least like 30 of them out there.
The one thing I want is called Boku no Natsuyasumi. And it's my summer vacation. You play as a little boy and you just have summer vacation. You go to this island and you just have summer vacation. You play with bugs,
Animal Crossing,
you collect things. It's kind of like Animal Crossing, but it's just about this boy on vacation for the summer.
It does sound like fun.
It is amazing. It's an amazing game. And
Sounds
the art
calm.
style is delicious.
Okay. Oh, speaking of random things before we close up, because that's what we were about to do. I finally got a chance. Somebody sent me a little QuickTime movie of what Snoop Dogg looks like in the latest Call of Duty.
I know it.
Because Snoop is in Vanguard, right? He's really, shooting pistols and smoking blunts. Like,
I wouldn't expect anything less than Snoop.
Oh,
that's what
God.
I expect. You expect something different?
No, I don't expect something different. But it's still funny to see, though.
It is. That sounds really silly.
Like you take a tug off your blunt before you headshot somebody from, a kilometer away.
Okay. I found a PS2 game that I would play.
All right. What you got?
Klonoa 2, Lunatel's Veil. That game is almost a perfect. It's a 2.5D side scrolling game. Almost perfect game. Hands down. Almost perfect game.
Okay.
I think IGN 10 years later gave it a 9.5.
You said 10 years later. Well, it's never too late to correct old mistakes. Speaking of correcting old mistakes, you know what they need to correct? I need the source to go back and give us on the playlist of Cadillac Music 5 mics. I need y'all to go back and make that right. I know I'm kind of like going off off the reservation. One of the greatest Southern hip hop albums of all time. You gave it 4 mics, you bastards.
It did. It is one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time.
It's your fault, Chuck. You don't want to make me go off the reservation. Listen, I'm going to be the adult here and correct all of this by closing out the show because you will keep me here all night, man, with all your delicious goodies of dope geekdom. Hey, this is going to close out the segment of the news today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yo, Chuck, man, thank you.
Good night. Thank you all.
It's always a slice. GeekBeast is in podcast. The big ones: Spotify, iTunes. Hit us up. Subscribe if you're on any visual channel like Facebook or YouTube. Just /Geekish Network. Hey, we're still on Prime. We still got projects coming out. /Geekish Network. Huge shout out to Digital Click for all of the amazing graphic design and marketing that they provide to us. Huge shout out to my man riding upstairs, turning all the bells and whistles in order to make sure we stay in focus and stay on task. Big, massive, huge hat tip to the Funk for curating all of our news. I hope I hit everybody up correctly. Today is Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is going to be Must See TV because Binge Worthy is going to be on tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay,
yep. And we're doing Abbott Elementary.
What?
Hey, we're doing Abbott Elementary.
That's my joint. I absolutely love Abbott Elementary. If you're not on it, what are you doing? Like, if you need something to clean your palate regarding all of this death and killing from all of the other TV shows that you're watching, Abbott Elementary is the best way to clean your palate. Is there anything else you need to say, boss man, before we head out of here?
Oh, no, just everybody have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Same geek channel, same geek time.
Yeah.